Another postponement is expected when former President Jacob Zuma returns to the High Court in Pietermaritzburg today. Zuma faces charges of corruption relating to the 1999 arms deal scandal. He is accused of taking bribes from French company Thalys to ensure that South Africa signed a multi-billion-dollar arms deal with the company. Now, Zuma's pleaded not guilty to all of the charges, including money laundering. But our senior reporter, eNCA Siphamandla Goge, has more on that case and has, of course, span over 4 years. It's just how long this case has been. So, Siphamandla, good morning to you, colleague. Why the possibility of a postponement that seems to be looming on this case today? It's been 24 years, but it seems there might be another postponement.
Simply because today we will find out about the state of readiness or lack of it thereof. So today we will hear from Judge Nkosinathi whether all parties are ready for this trial. Just a little bit of background and context for our viewers. So in January, Judge Pietermaritzburg, who was presiding over this matter, had to recuse himself. Now there is a new judge presiding over this matter, and that is Judge Nkosinathi. In January, he indicated that, as logic would dictate, that he needs time to familiarize himself with the case. So from January to now, which is the 17th of April 2023. Initially, this date was set down for the resumption of trial for the former president when Judge Pietermaritzburg was still presiding over the matter. Now that he's no longer presiding over this matter, there is a new judge, and today we expect that both parties, that is the state and the defense, will go inside court and basically put forward their submissions to the judge. The judge will have to weigh what has been presented to him and then make a determination whether both parties are ready to proceed with the matter, and most importantly, whether there are new applications that would have been brought forward since January up until now. There was speculation that the former president's legal team indicated that they would like to bring another application in dealing with the matter of the lead prosecutor, that is Advocate Billy Downer. Remember, when Judge Pietermaritzburg was presiding over this matter, there was that special plea whereby the former president wanted Billy Downer removed from prosecuting this matter, saying he will not accord him a fair trial. He alleged that he has a vendetta against him, that he will not get a free and fair trial. But that application was dismissed, and now that Advocate Billy Downer is being privately prosecuted by the former president, the expectation is the former president's legal team may come to court and bring in another application to say, hang on, back then when Judge Pietermaritzburg was presiding over this matter, we wanted Billy Downer removed, but of course that application was dismissed. At the time, he was not an accused person. Right now, our client is privately prosecuting him. So please listen to us and take it from there. But Mpumelelo Zikalala is an expert when it comes to these matters. Khuzeni, thank you very much for your time. What can we expect today? Many people are speculating that another postponement is likely.
Definitely. Firstly, housekeeping issues. Are you ready to proceed? If not, then what's the hold-up? If the hold-up is a new application that needs to come through, then the court will say, yes, I'll listen to your application. However, can give the other party a bit of time in order for them to prepare. If it's that the prosecutor must be removed, you've done this application before, but now you have new facts. Do you want to do it again, taking into account that the court has even pronounced on the matter? And if they say so, then you must come up with new evidence that will detail and say, yes, we warrant you to come to us so that we can be able to listen to, but let's also look at the merits. As you've perfectly stated, Advocate Billy Downer is an accused, but is not a guilty individual. So he enjoys as much rights and as the former president does in terms of him being regarded as an innocent party. So as far as this court is concerned, he's a prosecutor that is innocent, that can be able to do his job. If you have anything else that you'd like to mention, then you must come to court and substantiate your reasons as to why you want the law to be read in a much more wider view.
Simply put, we are far away from seeing the first witness taking to the witness stand.
Definitely, unless if the judge is going to say, I'm guided by the Constitution, Section 35, but most importantly, the Criminal Procedure Act. Section 342, capital A, deals with unreasonable delay. What you're now engaging in is endless litigation and endless arguments and submissions that are not going to take us forward. I view the application that you are bringing forward as something which is extending that particular delay. I'm not going to entertain it. I want the first witness to go into the witness box, and this is the directive which I'm issuing by the court. The option for the former president would be to say, I want to go to the SA because I feel that my rights have been crumbled upon. And the SA may come back and say, you know, it is part and parcel of the litigation that takes place. So if you are going to be hard done by the procedures that have taken place, allow those procedures to take place, and only then on appeal we can deal with the matter.
As Judge Pitkun himself said when he was frustrated about these delays, he said legal recourse allows it, the law allows it. If the state and the prosecution is not happy with the delays, they must talk to lawmakers to change the law.
They definitely, but Section 342 capital A does give the presiding officer a bit of leeway in terms of saying, let's then go into the nitty-gritties. Let's find out who is making this application. Is it a plausible application? Does it have merits? Is it something that can be avoided by both parties? If it can't, then let's allow the process to go through and let legislatures deal with the law, as Judge Pitkun stated. However, if it falls within the part of saying that it's part and parcel of the litigation process, let's hear the matter and then we'll take it on appeal if you so wish.
If you look at the court roll, though, if this is postponed today, definitely you are looking at the last quarter of the court roll, which will be towards the end of this year, and if also possible, maybe earlier next year. So that could lead, depending on the court roll, this could simply mean that months and months of delays.
Definitely. In fact, I'm thinking that it's only in 2024 in which we'll see the first witness going to the witness box. I know that I've stated this to you years ago that it's going to take a bit of time, but if the proceedings from today, there's an application which is made, then definitely 2024 is the day in which we would see the first witness go into the witness box. Also, subject to the availability of the legal reps, subject to the availability of the court, and most importantly, subject to the availability of the witnesses.
Pumelelo Zigalala from Zigalala Attorneys, they're unpacking it for us as to what to expect from today's proceedings. With that, let's take it back to you in studio.
So much. Siphamandla Goge, our senior reporter out at the Pietermaritzburg High Court, of course, expecting that postponement with regards to former President Jacob Zuma's trial. This regarding the allegation that he did accept a bribe from Talis. This, of course, with regards to the arms deal back in 1999. This just tells you how long this case has been going on for, and it may still delay because it seems that administratively that may be the focus for today, but not necessarily to see, of course, the trial is starting anytime soon.
Yeah, not at all. As far as putting the first witness in the box, as we heard from Sipha and his guest, it looks very unlikely. So we will, of course, be following it blow by blow for you. We'll go back to Sipha a little bit later, of course, live here on eNCA.